All right. Joining me now is Peak Hanson from Oakley. We work very closely with Peak throughout the year here at Bay Eye Center, and he is here joining us now just to share his insight and expertise about the Oakley brand when it comes to both stylish sunglasses and eyeglasses as well. So, Peak, first question. There is a clear difference when it comes to a designer brand, which we offer several at Bay Eye Center, and say just picking up a cheaper pair at a big box retailer. Specifically with Oakley, what makes them stand out? Why is that better than just going to a big box store and just picking something to fit the bill?
It's a great question. It's a question I get asked a lot. The first thing that would come to my mind is your eyes are very important. Your eyes are very, very important no matter what the time of year, whether it's summertime, whether it's wintertime. Protecting your eyes from the sun, protecting your eyes from the world at large, very, very important. Oakley has revolutionized the lenses in sunglasses more than any other brand on the planet. We're responsible for more innovation, more design than any other brand on the planet. We specialize and focus on quality of lenses, UV protection, UVA, UVB, UVC, blue light up to 400 nanometers. There's a lot that goes into making our lenses. I like to use the analogy that it's the engine of the car that you're buying, right? You wouldn't buy a car and not test drive it. Why would you go to a big box store and pick a car off the rack that you've never done any research on, you've never driven, you've never test drove? Okay, not all lenses are created equally. If all lenses were created equally, we could all go to Cumberland Farms or Speedway and get a pair for $12 and we'd be on our way. Okay, there are differences. There are significant differences. And Oakley is a world leader in lenses and frame design.
I like that answer, and I like the analogy, Peak. An engine, it's the engine to the car. And that kind of leads me to my next question because when I'm spending my hard-earned money on a designer pair of sunglasses or eyeglasses, that's an investment for me, an investment in my sight and overall health to protect my vision. Um, when it comes to say that specific car, that specific engine, when it comes to customization, what does Oakley have to offer? Because I'm looking for the right style that fits my personality. I'm like looking for the perfect fit for my oddly shaped head, and then comfort, of course. So, what does Oakley offer when it comes to customization?
We are the world leaders in customization. Many brands, when it comes to prescription eyewear, which is something Bay Eye Center does very, very well. A couple things to keep in mind. Most brands will have 3 or 4 options available for prescription. Okay, fairly limited. With Oakley, not only do we have sports specific lenses for baseball, for trail, for mountain biking, for running, for road cycling, for golf, for fishing, we also have a whole host of what we would refer to as everyday lenses. So from a customization standpoint, if the patient finds a frame that he or she likes, that fits well, that fits your oddly shaped head, rest assured that we have a lens, an engine that will suffice for whatever their daily use is. The good news is that places like Bay Eye Center, they have a very, very deep assortment of frame styles from which to choose. I want to briefly use the car analogy again. If you go to a car dealership and the dealership only has 3 or 4 styles to choose from, my assumption is that's not really a great operation. When you go to a car dealership and they have hosts of options from which to choose, suddenly your client base, your customer base has now evolved because there's significantly more options available from which to choose, which may fit whatever desire, whatever need the patient is looking for. We have close to 19 different options available in prescription. The interesting thing about Oakley that sets it apart from other brands is in this world, One can buy a designer pair of sunglasses with the click of a button. One can buy anything with the click of a button. What you can't do with the click of a button is get a custom, authentic prescription pair unless you're at an eye doctor. And working with practices like Bay Eye Center, they do that very, very well.
Perfect. Hit it on the head. And you kind of touch on this, but just specifically with Oakley eyeglasses, can you speak more about the quality and the features of the frames and lenses?
So would we be referring to sunglasses or regular eyeglasses?
Regular eyeglasses.
So regular eyeglasses, or what we refer to as ophthalmic frames, a host of different styles, a host of different sizes, a host of different colors that have specific material for ease of fit, for security on the face, very durable frames. Many of our frames are titanium. So from a durability perspective, nobody can do what we're doing in terms of the titanium fit. A host of different styles for every day, whether it's business, whether it's sport, you name it, we have it.
So one last question, Peak. I am a patient at Bay Eye Center. I have been for years. I have my regular eye exam coming up, and usually every other year I will buy either a pair of sunglasses or a pair of eyeglasses. When I'm done with my eye exam and checking out with Drew in Mansfield, why should I buy a pair of Oakleys?
It's a great question. And I'm going to use a little humor. If Drew is doing his job, or any optician is doing his or her job, or any doctor is doing his or her job, they will make it a point to reference sunglasses for the patient. When you are looking at Oakley lenses for sunglasses, you can get a host of different options without breaking the bank. Polarized, non-polarized, sport-specific lenses without breaking the bank.
That is the main point that I wanted you to hit home, and I'm glad you did. So, Peak, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
Not all sunglasses are created equally. Not all eyewear is created equally. I would encourage every patient that is shopping at in Mansfield or Plymouth or in Easton, try on as many different pairs as you can. Test drive your car. If you're looking for prescription sunglasses or Plano sunglasses, put them on, walk outside, test drive the lenses, compare them to other brands. Take a pair of another brand, walk outside. What do you like? What don't you like? So on and so forth. But take the time to try them on, talk to your opticians, consult with your doctors, and I assure you, you will be happy with the final Oakley product.
Peak Hanson from Oakley, thank you so much for your time and expertise, and I look forward to continuing our partnership with you. Thank you.
Likewise, Mike, thank you very much.